Jason Aldean Williams grew up in Macon, Georgia, and was born February 28, 1977. He attended Windsor Academy for high school. Country. Jason grew up listening to country music all his life. He was raised by his parents, Debbie and Barry, but divorced when he was 3 years old. His father departed to Homestead, Florida, and his mother stayed in Macon, Georgia. Jason was taught to play the guitar by his father. Jason's father also took Jason to country shows when he was only in second grade. His first concert he saw was Kenny Rogers and the Gatlin Brothers, from whom he got his first record. Jason stated how he would go to his dad's in the summer, where he taught Jason how to play the guitar. Jason grew up in Macon and went to Windsor Academy for high school. It was a private school where Jason stayed in. I'd gone to a private school in Macon where you had to have your hair cut short and all that. So the day after I graduated, I went out and got an ear pierced. Then one day I decided to even things out and got the other one done. My dad really freaked out. Then I came home with a tattoo and he really just had to bite his tongue. Jason's parents were divorced. He had to spend the summers with his dad, who lived in Homestead, Florida. Jason states how he'd go to visit his father in Homestead, Florida. My dad played the guitar and is a pretty good singer. He's really the one who put the music bug in me, I guess. He's a big fan of Merle Haggard and Johnny Rodriguez. I was going to country shows by the time I was in second grade. My first concert was Kenny Rogers and the Gatlin Brothers. The first record I remember having was from Mountain Music by Alabama. I've still got it. They were always my favorites growing up, and still are. I've seen them in concert 10 or 15 times. I'd go to Dad's house in the summer. When he'd go to work during the day, he would always map me out guitar chords on notebook paper to show my fingers where to go to play which chords. I just sat there and did that all day while he was at work. When he got home, we'd get out his guitar and play together. So that's kind of how I learned how to play. Jason's father was the biggest influence growing up, teaching Jason to play chords on the guitar and go to country concerts when he was young. One of Jason's other influences in the early stages of his life was his mother, who got him his first act. His father also helped Jason get him and his band into college towns in Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, then further up the eastern seaboard. Although Jason's parents were divorced and separated, his mother still helped him with his musical career.
Oh, baby, sometimes I wonder why does it always have to come down to you leaving, or I'll say I love you.
Jason stated how he suddenly got up and told his mom, "I think I'm ready to get on stage and just see what happens, see how it goes." She knew a guy who played in a band in a VFW hall in Macon. She called him and said, "Hey, can my boy come in and sing a few songs?" He said, "Sure." So I went there and sang, I think, John Anderson's song Seminole Wind and Sticks and Stones by Tracy Lawrence. Jason was only 14 years old and loved the attention he got. Well, all 10 people who were there applauded. You know how it is. You don't want to get up there, but once you do, people have to drag you off the stage, said Aldean. Jason began performing at area talent contests and local fairs. At age 15, he joined the house band at the Macon Night Spot, Nashville South. A year later, he bought his first car with the money he'd earned singing, a 1985 Toyota pickup with a rusted-out tailgate. By the time of his high school graduation, his future was set. He was a pro.
You leaving, or I'll say I love you. And why do I always use the words that cut the deepest when I know how much it hurts you? Oh baby, why do I do that to you? Why do I do that to you? Why do I?
With the help of his father, Barry, Jason was able to play regularly up and down the eastern seaboard. While performing, Jason met a man named Justin Weaver, whom Jason began writing songs with. Aldean privately financed an 8-song CD during this period to sell at shows, recording it in Nashville in 1996. Being an inspiring new musician, Jason had no idea where to start to get into the music career. When I got started, I had no idea how to get into the music business at all. My dad said, the way people do it is you just play clubs, and if you're good enough, somebody will find you. So that is all I knew. I didn't know anything different, said Aldean. In 1998, Jason was performing one of his in an Atlanta nightclub called the Buckboard. Michael Knox, then of the Warner Chappell Song Publishing Company, approached Jason. Nevertheless, Aldean signed to write songs for the company. Aldean moved to Nashville, Tennessee on November 1st, 1998 when he was only 21. A month later, he was offered a recording contract. When that didn't pan out, he signed with another label immediately afterward. When Jason arrived in Music City, he postponed some of his recording sessions, and the record company that he signed dropped him. Discouraged and strained out from trying to find another reliable recording company, Jason thought of moving from Nashville, Tennessee back to Macon, Georgia. The last attempt was at the Wild Horse Saloon, where the promised recording companies never even showed up. Finally, Lawrence Mathis spotted Jason at one of the showcases at the Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville. Mathis signed as Aldean's first manager. Still frustrated and discouraged with his struggling career, Aldean gave himself 6 months before planning to leave Nashville and return home to Georgia. 5 weeks after, Aldean was offered a deal from Broken Bow Records in Nashville. With the company, Jason found his current agent, Kevin Neal. In 2005, Jason Aldean released his first single called Hicktown from the studio album called Jason Aldean. This album was his lead to his musical career. Hicktown projected Jason into the realm of country musicians and started performing his new music. This album reached a peak of number 10 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs charts from 2005 to 2006. In his first album, Jason produced a song called Why. This song was his first major hit, as well as the other song, Amarillo Sky. In 2006, he was granted the title of Top New Male Vocalist at the 2006 Academy of Country Music Awards. He sold over 1 million albums of Hicktown. In 2007, Jason was in studio with producer Michael Knox to finish his second album, Relentless. This album was released on May 29, 2007. Jason's following single, Laughed Until We Cried, has become his 5th consecutive top 10 hit. He was certified by the Recording Industry Association of America. In 2009, Aldean released a 7th single titled She's Country to radio on December 1st, 2008 that belonged to his 3rd album, Wide Open, which was released on April 7, 2009. The next big single, Big Green Tractor, became Aldean's 3rd number 1 hit. His songs from that album, The Truth and Crazy Town, peaked number 2 on country music charts. Aldean performed with Bryan Adams on an episode of CMT Crossroads in the beginning of May, and the episode premiered on June 26, 2009. Aldean also got to perform with Randy Owen, which was one of his highlights of his life. On August 2010, Jason released a new single, My Kinda Party, which was entered in the Hot Country Songs chart at number 41. Jason performed with Kelly Clarkson on a duet, Don't You Wanna Stay. This duet became Aldean's 5th number 1 hit. In early 2009, Aldean's recording of Dirt Road Anthem debuted on the Hot Country Songs chart at number 57. Currently, Jason Aldean is living in Nashville, Tennessee with his wife Jessica. Jason and Jessica have 2 daughters, Keely, born in 2003, and Kendall, born in 2007.